Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am the Poverty Princess. Today I am going to do a two-part video. Part one is going to be how to make your own pie crust, and part two is going to be use both pie crusts actually, in making my apple pie for Thanksgiving tomorrow. Interesting little note about the apple pie recipe that I'm going to be using a little bit later today. I found it on Taste of Home several years ago. I lost mine in moving. It was on a index card and I searched high and low for it. I never found it. The recipe that I've been using that I found on Taste of Home, the lady who actually submitted it is from Postal, Pennsylvania, and she won a blue ribbon at her county fair for the apple pie. She went on the state. So I'm thinking she probably didn't win state, but she did win on a county level, so hey, winning a blue ribbon at any level for a pie is a good enough approval for me. So let's get started with the pie crust. You're going to hear my voice, see my hands, hear things, see things going on, but you're not going to see my face. I kind of just want to show you guys more of a visual of what to do. Alrighty, so I am going to be combining 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Oh, I forgot about my and I usually level it off with a butter knife. My grandma used to do that. I used to see her do that all the time in the kitchen, so that kind of stuck with me. And 1 more cup. Next, I am going to add 3 tablespoons of white sugar. My tablespoon. Next, I am going to be cutting my butter into small pieces, and I am going to be, since I don't have a paddle attachment for my mixer, I'm going to be using this to kind of like cut it up and incorporate it into the flour and sugar, like so. And that's my waste can right here, guys. Going to be using a cup altogether of unsalted butter. So since I don't have the paddle, as I said, I am going to be doing this with all the pieces of butter. I have all the butter basically mixed in with the flour and sugar. It's pretty small. I use my purple, little purple gadget that I had, pastry blender. Forgot for a second there what its name was. Anyway, I used that, and I have this mixed in pretty good. It's very small pieces of butter left. So now I am going to be adding my ice water. Now, what I do to make sure I don't go over 1/3 of a cup is I put an ice cube in my measuring cup, which is 1/3. And this is a Brita water pitcher. And a little bit below the top of the rim here, I keep it that little bit lower so that the ice cube can start melting a little bit at room temperature, because you want the water to be really cold. Now, one of my subscribers mentioned something to me about using hot water. I would have to try that out off camera to see how that would turn out before I would actually try that at another point, just for my own, to see how it would actually look. An interesting idea though, she says it works. I just want to be sure that it does work good, and that I'm not doing that on camera and something goes wrong and I sort of look like a goof. Because then basically a whole video would be ruined and I would have to start all over. So what I'm going to do is use my mixer on low speed, adding a few drops of water at a time. When the dough starts to clump, and right before it starts turning into a ball, that is when you're done mixing it with the water. That was set at 1. Adding a little bit of water. Alright, so now as you can see, it is starting to clump. And I am just lightly working this into a ball. I think the reason that I use a little bit more water than what the original recipe that when I first started making this would actually call for, I think the difference is having the paddle attachment on your mixer as compared to cutting it by hand. I think the advantage to having the paddle attachment, honestly, is that it mixes the butter in so well. And I think because the butter is mixed in so well as compared to me doing it manually, that it actually does take less water than. I don't know why, but I just had that feeling. I can't prove it though, since I don't have a paddle attachment. But if anybody does try this and uses a paddle attachment, let me know if in fact you do use actually like 1/3 cup of ice water. because I wouldn't be surprised if you actually do, if you use a little bit less than me. And I just think, guys, that's because I do it by hand. I mean, I cut it up pretty small, and then with mixing tends to take care of the rest. So as you see, it's in a little bit of a crude ball, but that's it. Alrighty guys, it's been about a half hour. This is one of the dough discs that I am going to be rolling out. As you can see, I have flour on my hand. I was putting some flour on this big board that I have. I can show you a little bit of it. I've had this for so long. I believe a friend gave it to me years ago when she was living over a pizzeria, I believe. So make sure your rolling pin is coated with flour and your surface is floured. So I'm going to unwrap this. And I am just going to start rolling it out. Just letting you guys know that I will not be recording any videos tomorrow. I will upload tomorrow showing how I make my sausage stuffing. I don't want to upload 2 videos again in one night, or like in one 24-hour period. So I'm going to do that tomorrow because I will be spending Thanksgiving with my family. Friday, I will be having leftovers, so I won't be cooking. I will be, however, doing a Sublove unboxing, as I received a package today from one of my subs. I'm not going to open it until I do the video. I do have to let her know that I received it, and if she doesn't want to be named, I will not name her in the video. But that is a very nice thing to receive. I honestly have no idea what it is, guys, but I can assure you it is from Amazon Pantry, so I know it is something good. Alrighty, now I'm going to flip it over and roll it out a little bit more. And this actually is a Dollar Tree pie pan I'm going to be using. One of the things I definitely need to get in 2020 is new pie pans, new cookie sheets. Mine are fairly, they're fairly beat. So that is definitely going to be something I will be looking for sales on in 2020, you can be sure. So I am going to trim off the excess here, and whatever excess I have, I'm just going to roll up in a ball. And I'm going to incorporate it with other dough for my top crust. What do you think, guys? Alright, let's make some apple pie. Now, like I said, this pie has a walnut layer. So using this little blender that I have, now it's not perfect. I mean, it came pretty good. There is like 2-3 pieces of walnut that didn't grind. This is more for like smoothies and things. I don't have a food processor, chopper, that kind of gadget, but in 2020 I will be keeping my eyes out for any that are on sale for a good price, like maybe early springtime. I'll be keeping my eyes out definitely for sales on one, because I really could use something like that a lot. I do have a little chopper. I got it Family Dollar, I think, a couple of years ago. Blades are getting dull and I tried to sharpen them, but it still doesn't even really chop vegetables good much anymore, so I may actually toss it when I do get something better. So the walnuts need to be ground up, so I had to use this little guy to do that. Next we are going to add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Two tablespoons of lightly beaten egg, which I did with a fork, guys. Oh gosh. Tablespoon of milk. I actually have to run out after I get dinner made and get some, and some soda for tomorrow. Alrighty. A 1/4 teaspoon of lemon juice. And a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And last but not least, a tablespoon of melted butter. Oh, goodness. Alrighty. Now I'm going to take this spoon and mix this all together. And I'm going to spread this in the bottom of my pie. There is my pie crust. And I'm going to spread this, the walnut mixture, top of the crust here. Why I'm saying bottom. Top of the crust. This is the actual layer underneath apples. Now this is going to go back in the refrigerator, and this is going to chill while I peel my apples, and this is what this layer should look like. I have my apples cored and peeled and cut up. I used Red Delicious. Now originally this recipe calls for tart apples. I prefer a more sweeter apple, but certainly feel free to use whatever apples you like. I used 5 apples for this. You can use between 4 and 5. I used 5. So my apples are ready now to prepare the filling, and I'm going to be using 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, sugar. Is a third quarter. Sorry about that, guys. Thought I rinsed that off. I didn't. So 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Three tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Okay. 1 1/4 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. Oh my gosh. Okay, 1. And 1/4. a 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and 3 tablespoons of butter cubed. I have my oven preheating at 375. Mixing it around so they actually coat, so the apples have a good coating on them. Bring my pie back out. Get my spoon. Oh, that's another spoon I put in the sink. That's 2 so far. And this is what the pie looks like so far. Alright guys, before it goes in the oven, and I'm going to show you, I rolled out and trimmed top crust. This is all my homemade crust, guys. And you know what? I'm not perfect at fluting, but I don't think it came too darn bad. So I'm going to brush some milk on top. And then I'm going to sprinkle some sugar on top. The pie is going to go on a cookie sheet, and it will be going in the oven for roughly 50 to 55 minutes. And last but not least, cutting slits. So, do 3 down the middle and 2 on the side. Should be good. Well, actually 4 slits down, and then I'll do 2 small on each side. And there we go, guys. Time to put it in. Well, guys, my pie has been out of the oven for about 10 minutes now, cooling, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like. And there you have it, guys. A completely 100% homemade pie crust, and the homemade apple. So this is 100% legit, real, homemade apple pie. I am including pictures of the recipe, guys, since there's several steps to this pie, and I use so many different amounts for the filling and like prepping the crust and everything. So I basically took photographs of the recipe. These are going to be at the end of the video, and if you are interested in making it yourself, at least you have all the directions. You can save it to your laptop or save it to your phone and make it at your leisure. Well, guys, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As always, thank you so much for watching and helping my channel grow. I will see you real soon. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I will see you guys tomorrow. Well, you'll see another video tomorrow, but you won't see me, but you know what I mean. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Good night.